Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like this section a lot. Yes. Hi everybody, my name is Jessica Holyfield and I'm a professional dance choreographer and dance educator based out of the southeast of the United States, and we are here taking a look at CORTIS's track FaSHioN. We have a music video, a concept film, and a dance practice to enjoy. I do know they have something called an original version, but that's going to be a separate video alongside what you want, so that'll be really fun to look there. I'm ready. I hope you guys are. Let's watch. Vintage Jesus. Put that on a t-shirt. I feel like I've heard this, but I can't place where I've heard it before. That's cool. They even got the shadow too. Hey. Okay. Okay. I like the fact that they did this. If people didn't know, boom, boom, boom. Love it. That's where they got the letters from. FaSHioN. Nice. Okay. Concept performance film. Now, the real question to ask here, are the pants and the shirts that are in this music video 5,000 won and 10,000 won? Because that would make it even better. Like they went to the Daiso and got some pants from there. Hey. I can't get over that. So, oh man. If CORTIS really had a vintage Jesus t-shirt in their merch line, I could possibly buy it, but it has to be $5 though. See, to stay on brand. Bezos, like what's his name? Jeff Bezos, Amazon, right? It's like a Gen Z equivalence of Macklemore's thrift shop, right? Where we gather like a seminar. Hey. Sweet. So far with their discography, because we're 3 in now, at least for myself, they don't sound like a K-pop group at all. They don't give the vibes of that whatsoever. It really does look like they are gunning for the Western market, for sure. For sure. Okay, here we go. It's such a restrictive choreo. You have to have all of this locked up in order to hit it the way they are. Yeah, I like this section a lot. Yes. Ew. Hey. Yep. Yeah. From the vintage Jesus part, I really like the phrasing of it a lot. He's been sent out. Hey. Yeah. I like the travel down. Yeah. Really nice subtlety there. They're so funny for that. How How long is this? The floor. They said no. Take him off. Does he have a hole in his sock? Nah. Is he gonna tell us how much his shirt actually costs?
여러분, 가리지 말라고 패션 많이 사랑해 주세요.
Please give fashion a lot of love. Fighting.
그럼 지금까지 코르티스였습니다. 감사합니다.
You said we're CORTIS.
될 수도 있고 아닐 수도 있습니다. 모르는 거예요.
I don't know.
예. 이제 다 몰라요. 지구가 멸망하는 그날까지 모를 겁니다. 과연 치겠습니까? 아니요.
아니요.
슬레이 치겠습니다.
Oh, bless their hearts for that. That's so funny. Okay, from the top. I had said about their previous track, What You Want, with the walking treadmill, spoiler alert if you hadn't seen it. I was wondering about the sound of this one for the fact that they went with that route for that other track, considering a lot of times we equate fashion to models to that kind of realm, right? So this was fun, truly. It definitely has, it's got the CORTIS unhingedness about it. Here we go. So we just do a walk. So we have one on stage on the back. You have two on each side. Boom, they walk in. He says, come on now. This part, it goes 1 and 2. So they take the torso, send it back, drop it low. And then we end up, boom, having our hair, boom, get thrown up with this little uppercut. What's really interesting about this is the torso is so locked up, meaning there's so much muscle engagement going on in this torso in order for these choices to have the amount of rigidness that it has. Whether or not they're consciously doing it or not, that's really tricky to do. To hold it down, talking about, this is such an earworm where it's like, my shirt is $5, my pants are 10,001, and I like the going from English to Korean. I really like the flow of it. It's fun. So they end up double bouncing, boom, boom, with the arm swing out in with the ball change, and then they rotate, and then they end up tossing with the arm up is cool. Then they take it, ball change with the hold. I like the little finger, like come here. And then they toss it to the other side. Boom, boom. So that was a nice way of showcasing your features. And then you have your feature come up. He takes the arms, and then we go famous. I like that he looks back at his gang. He's like, we're famous. Ha ha. And now this reminds you of the I just gotta get it, watch me go. That part with the quickness of the feet with the arms. So I like that it tied well into that. I like that we pull up, boom, with a little bevel going in. It's rigid. The tosses are nice with the kickback. That fashion, sending it all the way to the back, which is great. We bring it back, and I like the subtlety. Going on more of a smooth take with the lower body. We travel it forward, do-do-do-do-do. It really kind of looks like a really fast fish in the water. The tosses are nice, so they end up taking it. Oh, are they doing a heel twist, or are they just stepping out with it? So they step out with a pickup, and then they step it out again. So it goes step, nice and subtle. And I like the head, very much like a, excuse me, what you talking about? Can't hear you? A lot of this, poking, right? And different arms, they bring it to the front, little Charleston in the back, the toss out, I like the window change out of it. And I like that we're pushing. It's like we're picking at something with a stick almost, right? And then we take it out, boom, swinging it in, and then they do a little Superman, super rigid, a little more conversational. I like that we have everybody, do a transition, or they change in their window from one side to another versus vertically they go horizontally on that, which is cool. I like that how he has his moment, and I like that everybody boom popped up as a result of it. The trot forward's really nice. How they finish their dance versus how they dance in their dance, is the same energy in terms of this right here feels the same as whenever they're rolling on the floor and they're like, okay, I'm coming to have a conversation with the camera. It's giving that. I love the consistency. It helps promote genuinity and authenticity, which is what a lot of people are going to subconsciously prefer over an overly manufactured side of things. A lot of people, especially in the international, like Western scene, like myself, that's going to be my preference. Is if it looks like you invested in it, which I know they have a hand in so much of their stuff, they're the definition of we're self everything, which I find it to be really fun. But just having that in the back of my head, knowing that that's what they're pushing, and so far it's quite believable. So I love that, and you can see it just through the transitions, through their feature moments too, which is what gives that impression. They take it, I like the overhead with a hinge over, nice and rigid. The bounces are nice. That coming out of it was cute. Sending it off one side to another. The tosses are great. Hit to the LA, I think is what he's saying there. But they're talking about different places like Hongdae and Donggu? Are these places, I've heard that some of them are known for their fashion, so I wonder if that's what they're referencing, which would be cool. He sends away. Now this part, this was really, really nice. The hop forward is great. He catches, then we send it back, and in different poses, send it So our torso is going in, what is it? It's going in opposition, or it's catering in interesting, harmonious choices that match with the lower body. It's cool. To send it back, I love that we take it, send the arms to the side, drop it like it's hot to the back. Then we end up, instead of pulling ourselves back up, we pull to a squatted position with some subtlety in the head. And then they take it. There's a really nice, just ebb and flow. The heartbeat on this is really cool, where you have subtleties, and this phrasing in this section is perfect to show this, where you had it where they go really full movement to really subtle movement to fast and complex syncopated movement. The double bounce is really nice. They bring it low, boom, into like the quietest quietest isolated choice with a weight shift, right? Love it. And then they end up taking it, pick up the legs, hit, send it out with a cross, and they end up, boom, body roll, we send it away. He's like vintage Jesus. I don't know if he's calling himself that, if that's a brand, but I find that to be such a fun phrase. So much. So much. Okay, I love it. Some subtlety, we have some speed change, so everybody's just literally ebbing and flowing. So we're speed changing, or we're going through a particular speed, and then we end up changing it whenever he comes on, coming from that stage right side. They take it forward. I like the toss up. We're here. They present it forth. That chit-chit-poom, and I like they go out in, and then they sink into it with the knees, and out. So we're building up through density, or we're picking up the speed in our choices compared to what we were doing at the beginning of that phrase, which is nice, right? Cool. We toss it down, which is really nice. Huge contrast, right? From the subtlety and control to that boom, press back. We're moving. They know how to travel. They use this whole freaking place. Wow. They kick it. Let's go. They toss it high to low, boom, and then they lift up. They're talking about their t-shirts, $5. They present, and then they hit it up and around with the leg. They double bounce, same as before. And then they end up doing ball changes with the pickup of the leg on the second one. So more fullness going on the second one. And then you have that rotation of the arm, toss it away, boom, boom, little pose. And then we pose. So we have your feature in center on that. And I liked the subtlety of the levels that we were seeing on these presentations. He has this little moment, they go out in, and then we hit it, and we uppercut. What's that? It was really fun. And it goes FaSHioN, we're building it, and they do that through hyping, verbally, hyping up the space, but they build the level of the torso while they do those ball changes back. So that was cool. It's a really nice way, if I'm being honest, of providing, a build, or you're using something as repetitive as fashion. You're using movement to supplement for that repetitiveness. Just like if you're doing a repeat of choreo, what's the functionality behind that? There's beauty in it, but then also sometimes it just looks lazy. I'm not saying that at all. This isn't lazy whatsoever. This is probably, out of all of CORTIS's tracks we've seen so far, which is Go and What You Want. And this one is the hardest one, I would say, on the body, because of how, not necessarily stiff, but how engaged your torso has to be to hit everything at the speed in the dynamics that they're pushing on it. So I see why they were very fatigued on that. Go is also, tiring. But I would say this one, for sure, is full of intensity because you're continuing to manipulate this push and pull of emotion, right? You want me to get engaged with it, the subtlety 1 and 2, and then we toss it away, and then you have it from the little snap forward with the leg sitting around the back, and then I really like the subtlety, that's just subtlety that we have environmentally that ties into a lot of the aggression and the force of these throws and tosses. It's cool. I really like how clear the contrast is because it keeps you engaged despite the repetitiveness of certain phrases. It's really nice. So it looks like they did, took the head of the side and then rotated it. Now I gotta double check. They at least rotated it with the head on that last little bit, and then they engaged it with the chest. So I like that they progressed it down in energy. That was sweet. The kicks are nice. They got sturdy with it. It's cool. And then we're digging it out. The leans are nice. Mess with different pockets. 1, 2, 3, 4, pocket 2, and then they progress to 3, which they hit on every count. I like the opposition of your feature. Move it backwards. They hit it. A little hits and folks, but then they toss it away. He's like, hey, hello. Nice. The Tossy sends it away. And I like that from there. They're like, go! Have fun. He's like, okay, cool. And then he goes, yeah, it's nice. Another thing, too, that I've noticed is, I think I've said it before, but I'll say it again here. This is your first video with me. Hi. Is the lack of visual aesthetics in terms of trying to look visually, attractive. Does that make sense? Here, we're just, eye rolling through it, right? I just find that to be really fun. Just the fact that they really aren't taking themselves super seriously at all. Within the K-pop world, a lot of times how you visually are composed, from a public standpoint, like how you speak, also how you look, how you dance, a lot of it has to have a sense of attractiveness to it, where the lines that you show and those types of things. But a lot of how they're presenting themselves is very much I'm always on an off day. You could just see me exist in that. Which further helps on the authenticity, genuinity route that a lot of people tend to look at as a basis of measuring whether somebody is being honest or not, because not everybody's perfect all the time, even though there's some groups that do give that impression until they get older and then they get to be more honest, right? So I'm digging it. It's fun. I still stand behind a lot of things I touched on with Go, with what they relate to for me, and I think it's fun that we're still there. I like the consistency. So a little party moment. They're over on the side. Who knows if they're off stage or not, but I like the fact that they're just vibing to their own track. It's cool. I like the hop out of it, and then they send the leg back. They bring it forward, and they send it up, and they go with the arms. I think it's like an interruption, and then they create fullness with that by stepping down and pulling down on the hip, and before they reset up. Send it over and around, which is also nice. They toss it low. He points, boom, vintage Jesus. There it is again. They take it up. They have a nice little hold, like somebody's holding it, and then they just melt down as a transition. They hit it again, but different directions this time. And then they're like, set it up, down and back. Now we're just in a different, probably same formation, same concept, but they're not as close to us. So we've pushed back on staging. And they bring it up. Yep. You got to hype it. Here we go. They got to look just as engaged. If you're going to do the same choreography, you can't look tired, especially on a track like this. So that's the hard part too, is you can't look like it sucks to do physically. The toss out of it's nice. They pick it back, and they look over. It looks like it's a different choreo this time with the toss over because we don't have that presentation of the arms in that position yet. They hit it with a switch off on the arms. They set it back, step touch, and then they build it up out of there with the head, toss, double toss, swing, really nice. Definitely gives Wednesday Addams, right? And then famous, and I like how they drop it down like head, shoulders, knees, and toes. We're talking about my whole fit fashion. Very rigid, and it goes FaSHioN. And they go out with a build up. The rigid, it's like rigid is such a good word to describe this. Rigid is there's not a lot of give for legato. But then when they show something smooth, it's really cool, and it contributes to contrast, which is what we saw throughout this, right? I like the tossaways out of it. Subtlety, FaSHioN. This right here with the head. Eat. Yes. To here. And then they sink into it, so they ISO it. Like, they fix point it to shift the torso to match it. That's gross. That's cool. They send it away into a double bounce. Boom, boom. And then they have this little rebound where it's just meshing and then rebounds through the phrase versus it's not rigid, it's smooth. But that contrast works well because of all the, interruption reverb choices of before. Yeah, they send it away. Pose is also nice. They send it back. I like the switch off again from the outsides. And then they look, boom, they send it down. And they go, boom, FaSHioN, and then they're building it up with the heightness and with the angle and in the volume in which how much room this move is taking up. And they bring it forward. FaSHioN, you got to look like everything's great. The scream is probably real. You're like, I'm tired, Grandpa. And then you have Grandpa, that's too dang bad. If you know, you know. Yep, FaSHioN. Yeah. Party. Yeah. Subtlety. We're checked in. We're locked in. We just party hard all over God's green earth, vintage Jesus' earth, and we've come back, right? And they double bounce. They walk to the back. They said, boom, boom. And then they're continuing to walk, and then we drop. We're frozen, and you wait until that song starts over, and you go to the floor. I love that they do that. Like, they're going to just cut it, because they don't. They're one of the few that just don't cut it at all. And you just get to see them, go to the floor in this way. Where it's like half the video. It's just, what do they do after the dance practice? I love that for them. And I love that that's a thing. And I hope they continue to do it. And I hope that it's inspiring for other groups to do it too. Because they deserve to show how hard it really is so we can really appreciate it, right? You guys know me, I know you. I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye.